frozen world of silent stillness. Slowly wakes from winter's rest. Morning clouds of crimson rays signal of the coming spring. I see statues come to life, shed their blankets of snow and ice. Silence stirs, a sound is heard. The movement of some distant birds. Rivers still in frozen white begin to stir beneath the ice. Something warm spreads over the land, freeing the grip of the frozen hand. A fleeting chance to ease the strain, and men begin the race again. Further south the work begins, with men and ships and moving things. Great machines all come to life, waiting for a break in the
It is mid-May, and the sun begins to climb above the southern shores of the Great Slave Lake in Canada's Northwest Territories. 1,000 miles and more to the south, buds have burst, blossoms have blown, bikinis are already on the beaches. But here, and only just, the ice has begun to break. With the coming of breakup, a surge of activity begins. In the heart of subarctic Canada, 1,000 miles from the nearest salt water, men begin to mobilize a massive fleet of tugboats, the biggest fleet in Canada. 120 days from now, just 4 short months, freeze-up will return. This brief break in the ice opens the way for one of the most important, most unusual transportation operations in North America. From a satellite far above, we look down on the shoreline of the Great Slave Lake. Where the town of Hay River is situated. Hay River is a small community by southern standards, yet it boasts the largest freight terminal in northern Canada, starting point for Northern Transportation Company operations. railway terminates at Hay River. A main highway heads here from Edmonton 700 miles to the south. All winter long, hundreds of thousands of tons of freight destined for the Arctic have been converging on the freight yards. Maintenance work on the fleet of tugs and barges moves ahead on a 3-shift round-the-clock basis. Some of the most advanced shipyard equipment in the world is brought into play, not remarkable in itself, but remarkable in its location, in the middle of a continent, just a few hundred miles from the Arctic Circle. These are the tools of modern pioneers. A single oil rig, over 100 trucks to bring it in, unloaded immediately. The forklift can handle 40 tons at a time. The entire loading operation is accomplished in a few short weeks. In 13 days, the entire rig will arrive on Alaska's North Slope. Most of the barges used by Northern Transportation are more than flat-deck freight carriers. Their hulls are compartmentalized to carry the oil and gasoline which fuels Arctic development. Before the end of May, even before waterways to the north are free of ice, the first tugs are underway. Moving west from Hay River, the Great Slave Lake narrows and drains toward the Arctic Ocean by way of the Mackenzie River. The Mackenzie is the main freightway north for Northern Transportation's tugs and barges. By mid-June, the entire fleet, 28 tugs, 170 barges, have begun to head north with supplies for 1 million square miles of Arctic promise. The Mackenzie is a treacherous, shifting river. Navigation demands the highest levels of skill and technology. A tug with 9 barge loads of freight rafted around it may be 700 feet long, 170 feet wide, and weigh 14,000 tons or more. Yet it navigates a winding river with strong currents and frequent shallows. Barges are relayed through 4 sets of rapids on their way north.
I'm going to try and drag this tanker over the end of this point if I can, and if she won't hang up there, I'm going to put her aground.
Several communities along the river, otherwise completely cut off from the world outside, are served by a schedule of local vessels. The big tugs, the mainliners, with freight for the far north, sail by. At Norman Wells, 590 miles from Hay River, barges are loaded with fuel oil and gasoline. Since a refinery was built here during World War II, Norman Wells has become the principal fuel supply point for the Western Arctic. The northern reaches of the Mackenzie beckon ahead. For the men who crew the tugs and work the cargoes, civilization is far behind. Their kids are at school, their wives alone. Every spring they return, good sailors, indispensable, working on shifts around the clock. Without them, it couldn't happen.
I had to get away
to see some different things. I needed to be alone and find some time to think. But now I'm here again. I come back every year to face a frozen land. Don't know what draws me here. Is it the magic of the land? Is it the solitude I see? Or is it just a feeling? Feeling I can't explain, makes me go back again.
Quietly you say goodbye, quickly close the door, heading for a place you've never been before. Winter turned to spring and left our lives between. It was a time to share imaginary
Is it the magic of the land? Is it the solitude I seek? Or is it just a feeling? A feeling I can't explain that makes me go back again.
Quietly you say goodbye,
I had to get away
quickly close the
to
door,
see some different things.
heading for a
I
place
needed to be alone,
you've never been before.
find some time to think.
Winter turned to spring,
But now I'm here again.
left our lives
I
between.
come back every
It
year
was a time to share.
face a frozen land. Don't know what draws me here. Is it the magic of the land? Is it the solitude I see? Or is it just a feeling? A feeling I can't explain that makes me go back again.
(1,042 miles from Hay River, mainline freight arrives at the community of Inuvik. Inuvik is the main transshipment center for the Mackenzie Delta region. Northern Transportation maintains an impressive facility here. In all, the terminal area covers 42 acres, well-equipped and well-manned. At Inuvik, freight is sorted, categorized, redirected for points throughout the Delta. The mighty Mackenzie prepares to meet the Beaufort Sea and the ocean surrounding the pole. It seems reluctant to meet salt water, for the river begins to branch, to meander, slowing down and depositing silt till it forms a delta as vast as a nation. Beneath the spruce and muddy waterways stretches one of the world's largest alluvial plains. Within its subsurface strata, locked deep at 70 degrees of latitude, lies a dual promise of oil and gas, all the more alluring in a world short of energy. Realizing the promise, drilling for it, proving it, demands freight. Oil companies have established staging areas at strategic locations, jumping off points for exploration. There are just 90 ice-free days a year this far north. The heavy weight of freight must be delivered within a 3-month period. Man-made islands offshore are served by Northern Transportation's hovercraft all year round. "100 miles from Inuvik, outside the delta and beyond the eastern extremity of it, lies the ancient Eskimo settlement of Tuktoyaktuk, or Tuk as it is known. 2 miles east of the village, Northern Transportation has established a major trans-shipping facility to greet the mainline tugs.
Okay, make her fast. Yeah, we'll get another light on here, Ken.
Cargo arrives, is sorted, and sometimes stored, then redirected for points beyond. Tuk is the end of the river run. From this point on, ocean-going freighters and barges take over. The terminal includes a complete floating dry dock capable of handling ocean freighters. The ability to service vessels this far north is both remarkable and essential. From Tuk, freight fans out across the entire western Arctic region of North America. Ahead lies pack ice, the pole, and Russia. Charts for these waters carry warnings to mariners stating unreliability. Off the Mackenzie Delta, even well out to sea, surf-level islands drift like sand dunes to the sway of storms. Radio communication is often blocked by sunstorms. Magnetic compasses are useless this close to the pole. Forecasts for sun and calm can bring raging blizzards in August. Prudhoe Bay, off Alaska's north slope, 400 miles west from Tuk. Oil exploration equipment which has done its job here departs for a different Arctic shore. Because the water is shallow, lighters ferry barges to ocean-going tugs 7.5 miles out.
Yeah, you can hold on with Frenchie. Is this the only line we got out here now? Okay, we'll make this move back off.
High winds to the north drive a peppering of drift ice across the return route.
From Point Barrow to Brownlow Point.
Tow lines are shortened to increase maneuverability. If the ice gets thick, a helicopter will leave its pad on a barge to fly ahead and pick out leads.
Looks like there's about 7 tenths to 10 tenths of ice. But if you're stuck with you, I'll get you out. So helicopter will always be there.
Righto, JGI, we'll be following them.
72 hours from Prudhoe, the barges and their cargoes arrive off Stokes Point on the Yukon's north coast. The work of rafting up the barges in preparation for landing moves ahead.
Just make that one fast for now. I don't know And then get a stern line tight right across on there somewhere. That's if we can get the slack up on that off. Lead it back here, lead it back here. Yeah, lead it there, yeah. And then we can go straight across now.
Sure, what's been a walk, boy?
Yeah, we'll have to get another line on here somewhere. Yeah, you can get that other line over there, I guess, just make it fast here to keep it this point.
Stokes Point is a typical Arctic beachhead. There are no docks, no sophisticated handling facilities ashore. Barges are simply pushed bow first against the beach. Bulldozers heap a ramp of gravel against them. Within an hour, drilling rigs, machinery, an entire camp complex weighing thousands of tons is rolling towards its new location. The men who sail the Beaufort Sea are equipped for the job. The tugs, the technology, they're built for it. More important, many of the officers have been doing it for years. They are experienced enough to know that no two seasons are quite alike. No trip is routine. Only the freight is constant, constantly growing and must be delivered on time.
$600
600 miles east from Tuktoyaktuk, the first ship of the year sails into the bay off the town of Coppermine. For the men aboard, Coppermine is a break from the emptiness of the north, a contact with civilization. Most of them will likely find time to phone home. For the people of Coppermine, Boat Day is the big day of the year. Schools are closed. Everyone heads for the waterfront to wave and welcome. Once the children have moved aside, an entire year's supplies for the town goes ashore, across a dock a few feet wide.